Alright guys, so today we are going to be talking about the Varguil that you can actually purchase in the Haro coin shop. So in the silver tier, you are able to buy a total of 125 blueprints, and then if we head up into the gold, you're able to buy a total of 250. And then once we go up into the rainbow, we are able to purchase a total of 450 of the blueprints. So in total, the rainbow one is gonna probably cost the most, and I feel like a lot of people will not be maxing out this unit in terms of the potential level. Me personally, I feel like the potential don't really matter. Once you get your unit into potential 1, you are good because you are preparing for the inevitable sub skill anyway, so that's pretty much the sweet spot. Other than that, you're simply inflating the stats and pretty much inflating the percentage dealt in terms of the EXQ, and then whatever subsequent effects is gonna be better, like longer durations or just more percentage. Like this one is gonna be a longer duration, but other than that, P1 I think in most cases should be fine, unless you have this one as a special case when you're inflicting something to the enemy, which is usually pretty important. And then I think having a higher potential is probably better. But then again, this one is quite expensive because you are needing to spend rainbow coins, which I feel like rainbow coins should be reserved for, I don't know, just maxing out your Transcendent skill, and that should be better. But anyways, let's kind of talk about this unit. So this one is the purchasable Varguil, and is different than the summonable one because this one is not using the cycle plate. This one is simply using a not Gundam head and then using similar to the Sasabi's funnel. So I guess you can call this one the pre-Sasabi one because it's literally the same. It's almost like a prototype to the Sasabi, right? So yeah, we have that. But in terms of EXQ, we have a beam rifle level 5, so this one is going to be dealing to one target enemy unit 754%. And then if the mobile suit type is blue, meaning a blue element unit, deal additional damage equal to 452 of attack. So that's pretty nice. If you are dealing that in total to a blue element unit, that is actually pretty good. But wait, there's actually more. You can additionally inflict a unavoidable status for 10 seconds, so that's pretty good. If the enemy cannot avoid, you can just consistently attack the unit, so that's good, not bad. This is obviously applicable to only blue element units, so the other 4 elements is not getting affected. So it's good in a situational basis when, let's say, all the enemies are blue, so you have a clear advantage over them. And other than that, like in any other content where you have like a mixed bag or whatever, it may not really perform as good. So as always, we will go to the Transcendent skill class because that's definitely not originally part of the kit, so that's why we will jump into the skill 1 and skill 2 first. Skill 1 is actually not that bad because on basically dealing damage, you are able to restore EXQ gauge by 1.44% each time. So it's pretty much based on each damage take, it's not the whole thing. So if we do take a look at these right here, so most of these are going to be doing multiple damage marker, like this one 3 hits, so you're probably going to be getting three hits, right? Like 3 damage marker. This one is going to be getting 2 as well, right? And then this one you're getting a total of 18 in total. So if this one connects in terms of the funnels, you're able to charge up the EXQ gauge for like a good, I don't know, like a good 20+%. So that's actually not that bad, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then once we go down to the skill 2, unlock funnels, and then when battle begins, increase beam damage resistance by 22%. So beam damage, or the beam resistance on this one is at 1400. So if we do add another 22%, so give or take, like raise that up by like 1600 or something like that. So it's kind of mid. I won't even lie. Is it necessarily? I think if they would have gave us evasion, that would probably be better. I feel like damage mitigation for a ray unit isn't necessarily a defensive tool. It's kind of just mid. Just kind of call it right there. Now heading back up into the Transcendent skill, their weapon accuracy increased by 50%, and then when you're dealing damage to blue element units, that's gonna be, you're able to do 70%. So that's really good. And then on top of that, you are able to inflict an additional 4% unavoidable status. This is not conducive to blue element. This is pretty much to any target, so that's pretty good. And then when battle begins, restore 50% EXQ gauge. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. So if you are just buy one copy of this unit, I feel like it's not really gonna be that good. All right, I'm just gonna say that outright. Even I'm thinking of like content, just in general, like everything in total. I feel like for general content is going to be okay. All right, if you are simply just hopping in to any event, I think it should be fine. Survivability, I don't know if this unit has what it takes because it doesn't have that element of a raid unit, like things that are like protects the unit overall, right? It doesn't necessarily have that. You have this, but does it really matter, right? Because you're like a raid unit. I feel like if they would have made evasion on this one, on skill 2, it's gonna be much more better, right? Skill, like all these transcendent skills, cool and all, but it does not provide like anything that protects the unit. So that's kind of an L, right? That's kind of an L in my opinion. So that's kind of sad. But to like in any content where it's blue, like you want to pop this unit out because you're dealing a lot. It's pretty much where this unit is going to be able to get majority of the damage coming from, right? Yeah, that's pretty sad. But what's pretty cool is the beam sabers, like the additional weapon, the dual purpose beam tomahawk slash beam saber. This one right now is doing like an SS minus power already, so that's good. Obviously the player level has, or just the level in general has been inflated to custom level 11, so obviously these are just going to continuously get inflated as well as the power, but it's still pretty impressive, right? You're getting an SS minus already. It should look pretty nice. But other than that, like the main weapon, like your third weapon, like they're not really gonna be contributing the whole equation. Like just the damage is not gonna be really into the equation because it's pretty much gonna be dealing bare minimum. I think funnel should be fine because you're doing a lot of hits, so I do think it's gonna make it up. So it's pretty much similar to Sasabi. But as a quick conclusion, this unit I feel like is probably not gonna be that good unless you do have like this right here, like the Transcendent skill. Like base right now is alright in a way, but I feel like as time passes, we're just gonna get more and more better unit, and this one is just gonna be for that collection purposes. It's not really meant gonna be for use anymore. I feel like, right? But as always, this one I do. Hopefully, you guys are not using a rainbow point into maxing out the potential leash. And then for the transcendent skill, I would say probably don't even go for it because a lot of them are just not really that great. It's pretty one-sided. It's only to like one specific thing, and kind of keep that in mind. In terms of getting pretty much all the effects, you do have to go into like a pretty steep incline as well as the transcendent level, so it may just not be worth it overall. But as always, I will definitely be trying it out in a more in a actual demonstration when I do actually get a copy. Since for now I'm just broke. I'm not gonna be using my rainbow coins into exchanging for a solo copy. It's just not really worth it, so I'm just gonna wait. Eventually, once we do get the reward from the clan battle, then I'll purchase it. Probably gonna be from this one, right? Or from this one first, and then we'll kind of go from there. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.